The Sixers are bringing back Nick Nurse and Daryl Morey. Everyone is so excited. I find it funny because arguably after the worst season in Sixers history, given the expectations coming in, naturally the Sixers are just like, oh, let's just run it back without any changes. But after they lose to Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors, they're like, let's make changes. Let's not run it back. That's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm at the point where I don't even feel like ranting about what they should do. I think both of them performed poorly last season. Daryl Morey potentially ruined the already grim future of the Sixers by extending Joel Embiid when he could have just waited to do so. And of course, signing Walsh Paul George was not too good. Nick Nurse, his attitude all season long was embarrassing. His offense looked incompetent at times. The defense was horrible. When everyone was healthy, they were still bad. But overall, I give him more grace than Daryl Morey because he was dealt a bad hand with an aging, injury-prone, unathletic roster compared to other NBA teams. But I do have damning evidence to fire him that I will bring up later in the video. I really don't even know what they should do, nor do I really care, honestly, because if they were to fire Morey and Nick Nurse, do I trust the Sixers ownership to make the right decision on who to hire next? The answer is absolutely not. They have no clue what they are doing. And once again, going into next season, we are going to be relying on the health of Joel Embiid. So basically, already, it's a lost season before it even starts. We also can't really trade Paul George or Joel Embiid realistically because both of them most likely have zero trade value right now. So basically, the only hope moving forward is winning the NBA lottery and landing Cooper Flagg. That is the one thing that can give me hope as a fan again next season. The Sixers are not going to admit what everyone else knows, but relying on Joel Embiid and Paul George at this point in their career is a terrible spot to be in. It feels like the Sixers are stuck with them. And what they're going to sell the fans is that, oh, they just got to stay healthy. They got to figure it out. Well, honestly, that's a lie because the duo has been terrible together. They both are suspect and slow decision makers. They both consistently show up with bad body language when things are not going their way. Their energy and effort is inconsistent. They both rely on tough shot making. You can question both of them in terms of their commitment with the team last season or this season, whatever. Embiid being late as an example. Paul George doing podcast shenanigans as an example. And I know Daryl Morey loves numbers. Well, the numbers showcase that this duo should be split up as soon as possible. Per PivotFade.com, Joel Embiid's most played two-man lineup over the season, 411 minutes with Paul George. Sixers are a negative 42 in their minutes. And the icing on the cake, a disturbing 104.5 offensive rating. To put that in perspective, the Washington Wizards had the worst offensive rating in the league at 105.8. With Joel Embiid and Paul George on the floor, the Sixers had a worse offense than the Wizards. If your hope is to bring back everyone player-wise, I feel like it's worth bringing in a new voice because whatever Nurse was preaching to George and Embiid clearly was not working. Don't worry, we're going to dig deeper into the stats because Daryl Morey told me that I should love numbers. It turns out all their positive net ratings as a duo came against the Brooklyn Nets, Portland Trail Blazers, Utah Jazz, Chicago Bulls, all bad teams with losing records. The only positive net rating they showcased against a winning team was against the Milwaukee Bucks, and guess what? Giannis was not even in the lineup. Now let's see how the duo performed against top-tier competition. 2 games against Boston, the duo had a nice negative 30.3 net rating and a 35.7 net rating in the other game. And then you got a negative 28.1 net rating versus the Indiana Pacers in 17 minutes. Oh, Negative 19.5 net rating versus the Knicks in 15 minutes. Against great competition, Paul George and Joel Embiid together were terrible. Of course, and this is what Daryl Morey is going to do, you can chalk it all up to injuries, but what I saw on the court based on the eye test is two individuals playing basketball, not two teammates. And in order to win in today's NBA, everybody has to be on the same page. It has to come natural, just like the Maxey Embiid two-man game does, or even like the Harden Embiid two-man game was. I honestly think there's a great version of Paul George still in there somewhere. I don't trust the Sixers to get it out of him. And based on what I saw from Nick Nurse this season, it didn't really seem to get the best out of him. So it's hard to believe that all of a sudden next year, Paul George is going to turn into something different. So to end off this video, I'm just going to pray to the basketball gods. Please bless us with the number 1 overall pick in Cooper Flagg. We so badly need it. Please. Leave a like and let me know your thoughts below.